This is gonna sound like the worst advice you've ever heard, but if you actually do it, you'll play better. I promise. Most athletes think the key is caring more and locking in, but that's actually making it worse. You know that feeling where you want something so bad, yet the more you try, the worse it gets? That's attachment weighing you down. All right, so let's break down why this so called dumb advice is good and how it can make you play better. Now, first things first. So, my advice is stop caring so much. And I know that may sound stupid, and I know that may sound very contradictory because you care about this game so much. You're so passionate about it. And even for some of you watching this video, like this is your life. Like you get paid to do this. So you're probably thinking in your head now, why should I stop caring? When you care about something so much, you're attached to it just naturally, right? And when you're attached to something, it makes you play worse. Right? Just like this figure here. The more you chase something, the more it runs away from you, right? Haven't you noticed the things that you care about the most, the things that you try to chase the most, the more it runs away from you? That doesn't even, I'm not even just talking about sports. I'm just talking about anything. Like even when it comes to girls, right? No, don't you notice the girl that you care about the most, the one that you try and call and text and really try to get on the date most of the time, ends up not liking you and trying to run away from you? Right? But on the contrary, the girl that you're nonchalant with, the one you don't even care about, acting like a like a pretty boy or like a Chad or a Tyrone, that those are the ones that love you the most. It's the same thing. So putting this to sports, you go into the game thinking to yourself like, "Oh, I have to score 30 points tonight. Like I have to do this." Like you're so attached to the results at the end of the game. Right? And because you're so attached to the results of scoring 30 points or doing whatever, you go into the game thinking, right? You overanalyze and over hesitate everything because you're so attached to it. And because you're attached to it, it's like I said, you over hesitate in the game, right? And that's not good for the game. It makes you play worse because you're over analyzing, right? You'll be thinking to yourself like, "Oh, if I don't make this shot, then that IG Betty in the stands right now is not gonna love me. Or if I don't pass this ball right now, that means I'm not gonna get glazed on Twitter." Whatever. You guys get the point, right? I need you guys to understand that obsession is repulsion. Say it with me. Obsession is repulsion. The more that you obsess over a particular thing, whether it's a certain stat line, whether it's validation, whether it's whatever it is, I don't know, whatever you guys attach yourselves to according to the game, the more you're going to repel it away from you, right? Which is why it always seems like I understand how you feel. Like you want to hit that 30 points so bad. You want to win that MVP so bad and you never get it. Right? It's just because you care so much. You need to learn to stop caring. And listen, I can give you some real athlete examples of this. Like, think of Steph Curry, for example. He won anything and everything you could possibly win in basketball. He's did all the triple doubles. He's won the MVP. He's won the finals, this and that. So he doesn't care about anything. And the fact that he doesn't care, he keeps winning more. You get what I'm saying? It's like the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Right? Haven't you thought about like that the people who want money the least or want money the most have the least of it, and people who want money the least have the most of it? It's the same thing. It's just because the people who have money don't care. They don't really care about the money, so yet they get more of it. It keeps coming to them. Yet the people who want money the most, the fact that they obsess over money, it repels it away from them. You get what I'm saying? It's the same thing with sports. Or like I could take Mahomes for example. He's done everything, and the fact that he's done everything, he doesn't really care to chase these things anymore, and he keeps winning. You get what I'm saying? So you have to learn to stop caring. You have to learn to stop attaching yourself to the game. Okay? Because it's making you play worse. It's not making you play at your peak performance you know you could be playing at. I really need you guys to make that perception shift. I need you to stop caring. And like I said it earlier, like I know it's going to be hard because you care about this game so much. But the more you care, the worse you're going to play. Right? Haven't you noticed when you go play at like a pick up basketball game at the park or something, you go crazy, right? It's because you don't care. Like you're just having fun. Like you're at the park. It doesn't matter, right? And you play your best. That's how I need you to go into every game. Think of it like as some pickup game. Think of it as just fun, right? Just realize that when you do that, you take the pressure off of yourself. And when you take the pressure off of yourself, you play at your best, right? I need you to understand that. Now we're going to discuss on why you're actually attached in the first place, right? And firstly, how I'm going to do that is I need you to ask yourself, what do you actually want? What do you actually want? You probably said, "Oh, I want the validation. I want to be glazed on Twitter and be glazed by the media and everybody, anybody around me." Or I want the stats. Like I want to put up crazy numbers, right? Anything of that nature. But do you actually want that? Do you? Because let me give you this realization right here. Let me give you this perception. You don't actually want those things. You want those things because of how it's going to make you feel. You don't want those numbers. You don't want the validation. You want the emotion attached to it, right? Because if scoring fucking 30 points in the NBA finals isn't going to make you feel any particular way, you wouldn't care about it. You wouldn't want it. Like we can take this and apply it to anything. You don't necessarily want a particular car or a particular just object. You want how it's going to make you feel. That car is going to make you feel successful. That car is going to make you feel rich. It's going to make you feel abundant. If the car didn't do that, you wouldn't want it. Or even people. You don't necessarily want that girl or want that guy. You want her because she's going to make you feel loved and validated, right? So I need you to come to that understanding. You don't actually want the trophy and the medals. You just want the emotion that comes with it. Okay? So now that you guys understand this, I need to give you guys this realization. You have to have this emotion first before you get these things. You have to give it to yourself before the game gives it to you. Right? You have to give it to yourself before the game gives it to you. Which is why you feel like the more you try, the more you care about these things, you never get it. The more you essentially repel it from you because you're so obsessed with it. Obsession is repulsion, right? And it's essentially because you can only have what you already have, right? You have to have it before it has you. You have to have confidence before you have results. You have to already feel validated to be validated, right? Let's take confidence, for example. A lot of people sit and think, all right, I'm gonna wait for the game to give me confidence before I feel confident, right? But that doesn't make any sense because then you go into the game unconfident, therefore you play unconfident. You essentially walk out what you came in with. And that's exactly how it will be always. You will essentially always walk out what you walk in with, right? And I need you guys to realize that. You have to give yourself this emotion. And there is actually a way you can give this emotion to yourself before these particular things ever come. So you can learn to detach yourself, right? Because if you already have this emotion, you wouldn't be attached to the particular thing anymore. You wouldn't care about it, right? You would already have it before the game gives it to you, right? And I'm going to show you how you can give yourself that emotion, all right? I'm going to give it to you, all right? Relax. Now, this is how you actually give it to yourself. Pause. And the way I'm going to have you do that is through visualization. We love visualization here on this channel, all right? And the reason why it works is because the mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not. So if you can visualize a scene so vivid, so highly emotional, your mind is going to believe it. And it's essentially going to give you what you want, right? Not what you think you want, what you actually want, being the emotion. You don't want the stats. You want the feeling of success and validation or whatever, right? So if you, like I said, if you could visualize so vivid enough and extract that emotion, you won't even feel like you want that particular thing anymore, right? You're giving it to yourself before the game is giving it to you. You're experiencing that emotion, right? But you have to visualize it so good to the point where it thinks it's happening right now. Because just like the mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not, it also doesn't have a conceptualization of time, right? It thinks everything is happening right now in the present moment. So that scene you're visualizing where you're visualizing yourself, I guess, lifting up that trophy and feeling that emotion of success, it thinks it's happening right now. And if you do that enough, you won't, like I said, you won't want this particular thing anymore. And you'll therefore not be attached to that particular thing anymore. And you'll become detached, right? Like I explained with the girl example earlier. Like once you decide to take your energy back and put it back into yourself and realize that you already have her, you're already bagged her in your head, that's when she'll come get you. You get what I'm saying? That's when those stats will come get you. And I know this may sound very broad and this may sound very vague, whatever adjective you want to use, right? But it's because I have a whole 30-minute video on visualization on my channel on how to actually give it to yourself on a deeper level. Another pause. All right, so go watch that video after this one. I'll put it in the description. Essentially, just to get you guys to finally understand that you don't actually want the stats, the validation, whatever. You just want the emotion. And you can give yourself that emotion through visualizing. And the fact that you keep giving yourself this emotion day by day, visualizing, you wouldn't want it anymore. Therefore, you're not attached to it. You will become detached. And the fact that you become detached and you feel like you feel like you already have it, that's when the game will give it to you, right? Because as long as you're attached, you will never get these things, okay? And honestly, if you feel like you struggle with this, or if you're a high level athlete that has performance anxiety and want to work with me one on one personally, then click the link in the description below. I would love to help you. All right. But with that being said, go watch my visualization video, learn how to actually give it to yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.